So this video is basically about how I spent 25 years of my life failing losing weight. I joined every gym in the Birmingham area, pretty much. You name it, I was a member there. I'd go for a few months, 3-4 months. I'd knuckle down on my diet for a little bit. I'd start seeing a little bit of benefits. I'd feel better, but I was still eating junk food every single day. Now, life would get in the way and I'd just quit. I'd disappear for probably about another 5 or 6 months, and then all the little bit of confidence that I gained up disappeared. So I was eating crap food every single day of my life, takeaways every single day, sweets, chocolate, baguettes, McDonald's, every takeaway you could think of, I was putting it inside my body. So carrying around that extra weight, I used to be 25.5 stones. So carrying that extra weight around wasn't even the struggle. The struggle was how defeated and how unconfident I felt time and time again. I literally felt like it was my identity to be obese and have no respect for myself. That is literally what I thought my identity was for the rest of my life. Clothes wouldn't fit. I couldn't buy clothes that I wanted to wear. I was having to buy clothes that just fit, from catalogs online up to 5XL. I didn't even like the clothes that I was wearing. I just had to wear them because they fitted. Now that is no good for your confidence. You feel terrible every time you step outside the house wearing clothes that you don't even like to be seen dead in. And I felt that was my identity for the rest of my life. Now, every single time I'd join a new gym, that motivation would last a short amount of time, 2 or 3 months maybe, and I'd just go into the gym. I'd probably do a little bit of cardio. I'd guess my way through workouts, do a little bit on the dumbbells, a little bit on the resistance machines, and just guess my way through workout. No structure. It was just purely going off a little bit of motivation. Now, motivation will only get you so far. What I was lacking was a proper structure to my workout and my nutrition. Now, honestly, my nutrition for 25 years of my life was horrible. It needed looking at, it needed structure, and I needed some accountability. Then in 2017, everything changed in my life. I joined a new gym. And I was lucky enough to be blessed with the gym that I joined, had some amazing coaches, one in particular. Now, I joined this gym like I did any other gym. I jumped on classes, was working as hard as I could for about 9 months. This is the most I'd ever stuck to it. I got myself around some like-minded people, but my diet was still terrible. I was eating awful food, literally terrible food. I was probably consuming 5,000 calories a day, easily, every single day for 25 years. Now, I got some really good advice off one of the coaches, and she sat me down and she said, let's talk about your nutrition, and I want you to do everything I say for 1 week. So I was like, at the end of this meeting that I had with her, it was very casual, very nice. We sat down, we made a plan. I came back 7 days later, we jumped on the scales and I'd lost 10 pounds. At that point, I realized I'd been lacking structure and accountability, not just chasing workouts where I'm just gonna get sore every single day and beat myself up. I needed to knuckle down on nutrition and have someone watching over me and giving me constant advice and doing smart exercises, not just doing ridiculous things like burpees and laps, proper good strength training, compound movements, try and put on a little bit of lean muscle and just really get after it and really focus and absolutely lock in. 10 months down the line, I'd lost 10 stone. I was dropping a stone a month by somebody making me accountable and having some solid structure, and I've never looked back. So what actually changed? So basically what changed was I followed a plan and I executed it to a T. Now, I wasn't chasing soreness in the gym. I wasn't totally and utterly starving myself. really like having 0 calories or anything like that. I followed a really kind of like plan where I enjoyed the food that I eat, and I was sending pictures to my coach every single day. The weight started dropping off. I started feeling better about my life. Really and truly, all it came down to was structure and having an absolute plan. Now, to lose weight, you don't need to be perfect, but you just need to be consistent for a long time over a long period. And that's the hard work. That's what people are generally scared to do. You just need to crack on and keep chipping away. So now, if you was like me and you've failed 100 times before and you truly believe you can't achieve any weight loss, you believe you can't do it, there is literally nothing special about me. I know what it's like to be there. I know what it's like to wear clothes you don't want to wear. I know what it's like to be scared of having your pictures taken in public. I know what it's like when you're trying to date, meet new people, and you feel embarrassed because of your size. I know what it's like going to a restaurant and you're looking around and you're seeing the furniture doesn't look that strong, and you're thinking, if I sit down on that bench or that stool, is it gonna break? You're walking around nervous all the time. I remember one time going to a theme park and I couldn't ride the ride because I was too fat. Now I'm there with my friends and I sit on the roller coaster, they pull down the barrier and it just won't close. So then it's like, damn, off it come, little walk of shame out, and then all my friends get to go on the ride and I don't. Totally embarrassed, and then it kind of ruined the day. Everybody gets off their ride and they're like, oh, you're right, Dan. And I'm like, yeah, cool. But obviously everyone could tell I wasn't cool, but no one wanted to bring it up. It's awkward moments like that in your life where you feel like, oh, this is my destiny to be overweight, fat, miserable your whole life, and it really isn't. There is nothing special about me. You need accountability. Now, if you want to know how to get into this and come up with a plan, shoot me a message. My contact detail will be below in the comments. So just drop me a message and we can make a plan that can set you up for life, and you can start living the life you actually deserve to live and be happy. Most importantly, be happy. I have actually made this my life's work. I own a gym in Sutton Coldfield in Birmingham. So if you've failed 100 times before and you think you cannot see any results at all, that's just not true. You need a plan, you need some structure, and you need some accountability. There is nothing special about me. You just need to take action. Now, my contact details are down in the comments. Take a read. If you want to reach out, get in touch. Or if you've had a weight loss story or anything like that, or any tips you want to ask me, feel free to drop me a message. I'd love to hear your stories. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. So there we go. Get in touch if you need some help. And hopefully this video will inspire you to make a change.